Hello. I am sorry, but I must interrupt this show.
Later, you know what it is. Hey, Ham Solo. It's time, baby. Low. Let's turn how we do. Hey.
They said we said we hit. They said we said we on. They said we said strong. They said we said we say that you heard right. 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 They said we said we in. They said we said we on. They said we said strong. They said we said we say that you heard right. We say that you heard right. We say that you heard right. We say that you
Man, I swear that it's imminent. I've been going so hard on my penmanship. About to go in and buy me a wheel. And I pull that shit fresh off the dealership. I can leave you on red like an Xbox. Got me laughing at you like you red fox. Got you chasing Hot Wheels like a matchbox. EA running the game and it don't stop. Super cold like I'm playing for Blizzard. Cut you all in my sights like Red Dead Redemption. Never gonna slip on my pimpin'. Better get out my way, bitch, I'm on a mission. Really ain't no competition. I'm steady grilling opposition. I'm get up and ready to win. They can play it how they play, but fuck what you say. I'm getting this money today.
Last of us like a dying breed. Down the ride like a noble steed. Fatality moves, I make it bleed. That's on any game, that's on any screen. Shut up and give me your money. They said we so lit. Even if I take an L, we coming back just to show that we don't quit. They said we said we hit. They said we said we on. They said we said strong. They said we said go.
Salutations, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to one of the greatest episodes of TSWS. All right, I'm telling you, I'm already telling you that it's going to be awesome because if you look at the thumbnail, right, we have news of one of the greatest video games of all time. So buckle up, settle in, get dressed or undressed, right? Moisturize.
Hurry up, Vic. Get here.
Let's get into it. I'm Lok7, and joining me on the 137th episode of BullSittin on TSWS Gaming. Ladies and gentlemen, mark this day on your calendar. This is the day. This is the day. All right, this is the day. Joining me is Mr. Solo 05 Gaming. Also joining me is Mr. Matt Likes Games, the custodian of my awesome gaming PC that will one day, maybe in 2027,
that's just sitting here.
one day,
your parts that are just sitting here, just hanging out.
it will make its way to Africa one day. I promise.
Yep.
But obviously, right, the only reason people show up for bullsitting, let's be honest, is for the lady to my right. It's Cozy Beluga. So please, get us started off. Cozy, are you feeling rosy?
Absolutely.
Please tell us why.
I've actually got some game session this week, and that's like been
Fine.
unusual. Like I'm like, dang, I actually played some games.
Yeah, she stopped being a fraud. What were you playing? What were you...
So I started playing Tales of Arise.
Like
and
a proper weeb shit?
Yeah, it's about middle of the road. Like when people were praising it, I'm like, are you not a Tales fan? Because this is hardly the best Tales game. It's not the worst though. It's definitely not the worst, but it's about middle of the road.
Okay.
It's the bottom of the good Tales game list.
All right. Other than that, you're doing good?
Yep.
You feeling well?
I've
Are you
done
ready to go?
diving. Yes, absolutely.
Yeah.
Let's go. Okay.
Outfit as well.
Oh yeah, because guess what is coming out in the future? You don't even know.
For the uninitiated, what are you wearing, Cozy?
I'm wearing a Palico outfit from Monster Hunter.
Ooh, okay. Made by Louis Vuitton. All right. Matt, how you doing? What you been playing?
I'm doing pretty good. I've been playing Kingdom Come Deliverance. I mean, I've been split.
no,
I'm no one. I haven't beat one. I'm splitting my time honestly. I'm just buying time until Avowed is here. Like I'm playing stuff, but it doesn't feel really like I'm playing stuff if I'm being honest, because I'm just waiting for Avowed.
Yes.
But Kingdom Come, uh, Trepang 2, which I'm currently playing, and oof, I'm missing something, but I don't know what. That's really all I've been playing.
All right. And you're good? You
Yeah, I'm
healthy?
good. I'm good.
All
I
right.
mean, hopefully one day getting there. Jeez.
One step at a time. There's a quote that I always like to throw out there when anyone says that they're a long way from anything. As long as we're alive, there's hope. So don't worry, buddy.
There you go. It's positive.
Yep. Yep. Ham, how you doing? What you been playing?
Oh man, I was so pissed off before this show.
Aw.
Yeah.
Like before I even entered into Evmux, I was pissed off, right?
What
And
happened?
then it was because I was playing Kingdom Come Deliverance, and I was trying to figure out fighting, and man, I was getting like shit twisted. It was not fun. After
Okay.
really 2 hours of playing the same part repeatedly and getting my shit back, I realized what I was doing wrong.
Your voice is kind of muffled, Ham.
Yeah, you sound
Was that
muffled.
me?
Yeah,
No, no, it's
I
not
don't know
just.
what else. I don't know what to
There
say.
we go. There we
it's
go.
better.
There we go. There we go.
I literally just moved that like an inch.
That's weird.
Hey man, yeah, I guess. But it fine. It sounds fine now.
Yeah.
Yes, yes, yes.
Okay, yeah. So yeah, I was pissed because I could not understand the game. Now I got a good understanding of how to properly parry because this game is all about that. All
Yep.
about parrying and knowing when to, guard. Striking is like very secondary in this game. And yeah, finally figured it out. So I'm happy. And I ended up whooping some ass. So I'm feeling good now. I'm feeling pretty good. I've been
You're
playing
gonna have
some
to
Is it the
new
teach
first
me
or the
that.
second
deliverance.
one?
What?
Go ahead, Matt.
No, I said you're gonna have to teach me that because
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, definitely. It's not that hard. After you figure out what it is that you're supposed to do, like in fighting. And then it's like, oh, okay. But it still doesn't make it easy when you're fighting multiple people at once. Keep that in mind, right?
oh yeah,
It's still kind of tough, but fighting one on one became a ton more easier for me, and I ended up wrecking this run, dude. Have you
oh
got to runt
nice.
yet?
To runt. That sounds familiar. I'm at a part where I like there's a guy guarding a cave that I gotta go in. And I think the guy's name I'm looking for is Riki.
Oh, yeah, you're on your way. Okay, you're on your way.
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
just a little bit in front of you now.
Okay.
I'm just a little bit in front of you now. I know exactly where you're at, though. I was running all over the place. That mission has you running
It does.
from one place to the next place, to the next place, to the next place. So yeah, it's I'm at like I just finished the end of that mission.
Gotcha.
So
Nice.
that's where you're at right now. You just need to see how it unfolds.
Hmm.
And it's mad interesting. But I've been playing that game. Also been playing. I played it a little bit with Matt, but I also played it with my cousin Matt. I played probably a little bit more with my cousin Matt on it so far. Far Cry New Dawn just came to
Whoop,
Game
whoop.
Pass. And I tried that out for the first time. It has a 60 FPS update, X and S, like quality update and whatnot.
Mm-hmm.
It looks amazing. It really does. And I never had played New Dawn before. I had played 5. Haven't really played 4. I have played a little bit of Primal, a little bit of 3, beat 6. I'm not the biggest well known with Far Cry and whatnot, but I gotta say, New Dawn might be in my top 2 or 3
Oh, Far Cry games.
of Far Cry games. Just the way for story wise. Let me go there. All right, story wise.
Okay.
Gameplay wise, it's not bad either. Right. 6 was pretty good at
Mm-hmm.
gameplay. I feel like 6 might be the best at gameplay, maybe. But that story in New Dawn so far with those sisters, god damn. I had no idea how disrespectful those sisters are. Oh my god. When those sisters were like, one had like a shotgun in their hand and they're just like poking this little kid in the back with it, like, I'm gonna shoot him, I'm gonna kill him. A little kid. And then the other twins like, I got a grenade, took the pin out of the grenade and just gave it to the kid and was like, hold it. And I was like, yo.
What? And did they kill the kid?
You're gonna have to play the game and figure that out for yourself. But anyways, I
Alright.
did see them kill somebody at the early part of the game where they took a helmet and just bashed his face, and one of the twins did, and I was just like, oh my god, like that set the tone. And then I seen the part with the kid, and I was just like, all right, this game just has no boundaries now. This game just has no boundaries.
Yep.
But
No filter.
yeah. But it's a good game. It's a pretty looking game. It's definitely the most colorful looking game that I remember. I'd say it's even more colorful than 6. But yeah, that's for the just kind of what I've been playing. I guess I kind of been, you know, playing a few other games, but nothing too serious I can think of. I've been playing some little bit of Ninja Gaiden from here and there. You know, still enjoying the new updated Ninja Gaiden 2 Black. So yeah.
I find it funny. I find it funny how you guys pronounce it. I'm just saying, honestly. 'Cause
What it's
Gaiden.
called?
New
It's just weird.
black.
Gaiden. Gaiden's weird. For me, Gaiden's weird.
What do you call it?
Uh,
Gaiden?
Ninja Gaiden?
yeah,
I always called
yeah,
it Ninja Gaiden.
Me too.
Yeah,
yeah.
I've always called it Ninja Gaiden.
Interesting. All right.
It doesn't
Welcome
matter.
in,
It doesn't matter to me. It's
Jet.
the same thing.
Yeah, it's the same difference. It's fine. Stanley Francois, welcome in. Reichi, listen, Ham. When we start talking about Kojima, one of Kojima's masterpieces, you are probably gonna have to read the topic out, because I can't, I can't like speak on it, right? On TSWS, I can't do it. So I'm counting on you.
Sure.
Vincent Vega, welcome. Fuzzy, Fuzzy agrees with you. Matt says that he's also they're also waiting for Avowed.
Yeah. Stuff.
Fark, yep. Welcome in, Fark. Ham Fuzzy says I'm not a fan of Far Cry, but I've been considering trying that. Is it shorter than the main Far Cry games? That's an interesting one.
That's a question for Matt.
I mean,
Matt,
I've never beat New Dawn, but I would certainly assume that it is.
Far,
It's a lot smaller than
The
5
map is
or
definitely
6.
smaller, yeah.
The file is a lot smaller, so I'd assume it's just not as big because it's a good looking game, and it plays just
mm,
like a Far Cry 5. So
okay. Fark Q's confirms that says it's a lot shorter. Too big. Welcome in. Aloha.
Yo.
Have a good Friday. Too
Mahalo.
big.
Woohoo! Too
no
big!
dog.
All right. So Ham and Matt, you guys are waiting for Avowed, correct?
I sure am.
Me too!
Well, I'm just playing games. I mean, sure. I mean, this is gonna be a long year. So me saying I'm waiting for anything is just ridiculous.
No, we're talking about
I'm
like
just
right now, this month.
I'm just playing games right now because I know that right now my focus is trying to get through Kingdom Come Deliverance,
Yeah.
and then once that gets finished, Avowed will either be out or almost out by then, right? If it isn't,
Mm-hmm.
right? And then after that game's done, then there's gonna be Assassin's Creed right there to say hello, how you doing?
Whew.
And then right after Assassin's Creed, there's gonna be South of Midnight right there saying how you doing?
Stop!
And
You're
then right
making me
after,
exhausted.
and then right after that, Doom is gonna be like, "Hey, bro, how you doing?"
Claire Obscure.
I'm
And
over it.
oh, I skipped right over Claire Obscure. I'm sorry, my bad. You know what I'm saying? So like, I should not wait for anything because if I wait for anything, I'm gonna fuck up and not take care of something. And that's where I'm at right now because I do want to get to Kingdom Come 2, but the thing is if I don't beat Kingdom Come 1, I'm not going to get to Kingdom Come 2 until like 2026, 2027. I
Yeah,
don't know.
probably.
You know what I'm saying? And I'd ideally like to get it sometime this year. I don't even know if that's going to happen though. I just know I need to probably beat 1 now.
Apparently, the Kingdom Come games are both like super long. They're not like games that you can just get
Yeah,
in
they're
and like
they're
30 hours and be done.
yeah.
So that's
Because
a
I
pretty
have the
out
thing on.
game. The main story is, and then like I think the entire game completely is like a
Well,
couple hundred. I thought.
hold on a
Couple of
second
hundred.
because I I have the thing on my Steam Deck. I downloaded like a how long to beat thing, so it'll tell you, and it says main story, just the main story is 40. It says 41.8, so 42 hours.
Yeah. See,
And that's if you're
main.
like
That's if you
breezing
beeline
through
the
it,
story.
That's beeline in the main story.
and you don't get distracted by anything. Good luck with that.
That's a pretty long game, but
It's a big ass game,
keep
yeah.
in mind, I mean, I think if I really need to complete it, I could. I mean, I did that with God. I 100% of God of War like the first week it was out, or a week or like a week and a half after it was out. So that's if I want to, but I don't know. I'm relaxing right now and I'm having a good time, and I'm just trying to
You
figure
forgot to
out how
bring
to
up
do
Monster
stuff.
Hunter Wilds.
I'm not playing Monster Hunter Wilds. I'm
Yeah,
not interested in
Me
that.
too. I am.
same here.
I'm happy that you
Cozy.
are cozy because somebody needs to talk about it. That game's getting big numbers, and I almost feel bad that I'm not interested in it.
I'm excited because I really hated World. Um, and so I'm excited that they got rid of the biggest, most painful feature from World: unskippable cutscenes. Now, I don't think you understand. You laugh, but you do not
I'm
understand.
laughing at what Sappho
Oh,
said just now. I
oh.
was just laughing at that. Sorry.
But people don't understand that people like you don't play Monster Hunter for the story. No one cares what's happening in Monster Hunter. You're there to kill monsters, to get cool stuff so you can make cool armor and weapons. And the rest, and it made the
Like you're
game
there
so
to level up.
tedious.
That's it.
I care
Level,
about the story.
um I'm sorry that you
What?
like really crappy stories then. Uh but
Okay.
um but yeah, so like it got in the way with all that useless dialogue and stuff that was not a thing in previous Monster Hunter games.
I
And the
didn't know
fact that
you're a
they're
Monster Hunter fan, Loke.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. We'll let her have it. She's the real Monster Hunter
so
fan.
yeah,
I'm.
that garbage wasn't a thing in previous games. So it was like, why? And but they
Mm,
they respected people's complaints that, hey, we don't want your cutscenes. I don't care that you spent all that money working on your garbage cutscenes for your garbage story. We just are here to kill. And they took that feedback and were like, we've got skippable cutscenes, and I will skip every single one of them.
makes sense. Makes perfect sense, Cozy. I've been playing Dustborn. I've been playing a lot of Dustborn.
Ha ha.
Yeah, yeah.
That's good.
Laugh it up. Laugh it up. But I actually have a defense of Dustborn as my last point today. So we'll see how that goes. Anyway, let's get into the news. Let us get into the news. Actually, no, before we get into the news, Ham, you were talking about Far Cry New Dawn, correct?
Yes.
All right. Poison Maniac, welcome in. You said that you're having a good time, etc., etc. That game did not do well when it launched. What are your thoughts on why it didn't do well in terms of sales and engagement?
um, because it wasn't really a whole game. Like that's kind of what it seems to be. What a lot of people are saying. Like it seems like a piece, or like almost like a deal. Like the way some people described it to me is like it's almost a DLC kind of game where it's like the same world as Far Cry 5,
Okay.
and it's very similar with not a whole lot of innovation, just kind of a different color palette.
Mm,
So I could see some people just kind of being stingy and being like, "Oh, this is the same old," and maybe too close to the same, because remember this game came out in between 5 and 6, right? So you're
yeah.
going right back in the world of 5 damn near, and not a whole lot's changing. It's a couple years later. I mean, some people might have looked at it as a DLC. Also, I don't know. I think people just weren't interested in it at that time. Like I feel like if that type of game maybe took a step back a little bit, maybe something like that would have been popular. But it's so, but FPS or like first person shooter games, co-op or PvP, PvE, whichever one you want to take, they're always going to be popular, and they're always going to have another game coming out of it. So it's not ever going to slow down. You just got to stay interesting, and maybe some people just didn't find it that interesting. I don't know. Maybe Matt has a different thought than I do, but that's the best that I could really come up with, because I think the story's pretty cool, but it is very samey in some aspects of uh the other Far Cries, really.
All right. Well, the reason why I asked you that, Ham, is because we spoke on Wednesday about the EA execs talking about why Veilguard failed, and I want to just throw it to Matt because Matt had a great time with Veilguard. Matt,
Mhm.
why do you think Veilguard failed?
Why do I think Veilguard? Because they marketed the game like dog shit. Because they did absolutely nothing to market that game. All they did to market that game was they showed you
How do we get back to
the what
Veilguard?
he asked me about it.
Go ahead.
All they did to market that game was they showed you that one trailer at the Xbox show. I think it was the Xbox show, and everybody was like,
Mm-hmm.
"What the fuck is this?" And even I was like, "Dude, what the fuck is this?" And then from that point on, the entire marketing for that game wasn't done by EA. It was
It
done
was
by
done by
everybody. It was done by everybody online saying, "Yo, what the fuck is this?
what
This
the fuck is
sucks."
this?
And instead of EA
Yeah,
stepping in and being like, "Actually, guys, here's this and here's this and here's this,"
nothing.
and they did nothing. They let people run with it, and the it went quickly from that trailer sucked, which it did, to here's why the trailer sucked, and here's why the game's gonna suck, and here's the issue with the game, and here's the political issues with the game. It just spiraled out of control, and EA did
To
nothing at
rein
all
it
to
back in.
interject. And yeah, they kind of just let it go out there. It did well in the first week, I think. It was doing very,
Yeah.
very well. And then it had that some positive momentum, and then quickly just spiraled back into the thing that it was before. And then now it is what it is. Now BioWare is down to like 100 employees, and God knows if Mass Effect 5 is gonna get made. I mean, they say it is, but I don't know.
Man, it's
We'll
funny.
see.
I actually kind of agree a little bit with Matt. I mean, I don't think that's the sole reason, but
Mm-hmm.
like, but that's a fat ass reason right there. Like I think about like you think about it in just any kind of thought process. You only get one first impression on a
Hmm.
community, right? And if your first impression leaves you with more negative than it does positive, it's probably not going to bode well tomorrow. It's probably just going to snowball and get worse. And I can't even front. Matt is right. When they came out to talk about Dragon Age Velgard, they talked about it like it was just another game.
Not
They
the
did.
game.
They came out and talked about it like it was just another game. They didn't. And here's one of the issues with that. It kind of decided that my IP's big enough that I can just shove myself right there, and I'll be good. I've been around so long, everybody knows me. You know, you the bad bitch for the last 15 years. But you forget there's a ton of other bad bitches in the club, and we done seen your ass about 300 times.
You know
Like,
what?
so you can't just come with it regularly. You gotta come with it. Like, you gotta come with the heat, not just in the advertising, but you got to show off the right stuff within the game. Some of the best parts, unfortunately, should be shown if your game isn't really that interesting. I'm sorry, but like, I mean, I thought the game was interesting. I loved it. I beat it. Matt loved it. He beat it. But like, there's a lot of people that are, if you're gonna implement what they implemented into the game, you better come with it. That's all I gotta say, because the Cyberpunk came with it. Mass Effect back in the day came with it. There's plenty of
Yeah.
other games that came with it. That game, from its announcement, was fucking throwing. We're just throwing balls, ball, walk, ball, walk. like it was just. It was a bunch of softballs, and like, you didn't even understand that it was a good game until you played it.
Yeah, that's the biggest problem. Is like, if I don't know, if I was, again, there's people who have the jobs and I don't have that job, but it's like, dude, if I was marketing a game like that, the first thing I'd do, every chance I get, I'd be talking about the combat. Literally every, because that is the best combat I played in a game this generation.
Wow.
Personally, that's the best. And I would have never guessed that game would have combat that good
A lot of
based on what
praise.
they showed. Based on what they showed, I would have thought, oh, it's gonna be pretty average probably. But then you play it, and I'm like, dude, this is fucking incredible. And actually, not to get off topic, but South of Midnight reminds me, the combat they've shown reminds me a lot of what Veilguard was doing, which I'm really
Yeah.
excited for. But back to Veilguard, it's like, dude, if I was marketing that game, that'd be like the first thing on my list every time I talk about it. Is you got to play this combat. You got to see it for yourself. But they didn't do it, and that to me is insane. I don't know.
Cozy, go ahead.
I agree with a lot of the marketing. Because something, it's been a long time since we've had Dragon Age, and Matt, well, Veilguard was your first, right?
Yes, and then I
So
played 1 and 2.
and so they've historically actually had good gameplay, and I think we've had like a generation between a long time. What you call it came out in, like, what was it, 2014 or something?
Inquisition. It was either 14 or 15.
It was basically a long time. Like,
Yeah.
and you have to remember, the world is a different place. People aren't just going to sit around remembering your game like that. And
No. No.
so they did themselves a huge disservice. I also think the trailer failed to capture that Dragon Age experience, that feel like the old games gave you. Um,
Definitely made for the modern audience.
they should have had, like, that cinematic trailer, then a gameplay just a strict hardcore gameplay trailer.
Yeah. 30 minutes of just gameplay.
because that's what they used to do with them. They used to have like the cinematic trailer and the gameplay trailer, and I think that would have just done it such a service instead of like, overly laced, with all the exposition and stuff that they did with the trailer. Um, it felt very much like, oh yeah, this is what everyone does, and you could expect to see what type of game it was by the trailer that they did. But yeah,
All right. All right. So I get your guys' take on it because me and Ham were discussing it on Wednesday. And I was curious to hear, especially from Matt, who really loved the game. Very curious to hear what your thoughts were on that one, Matt. Yeah, follow Poison Maniacs in advice and instruction in the comment section, guys. Like, subscribe, share the show out on Twitter, Facebook, Blue Sky, Green Sky, everywhere. Bunty, Wagwan, man. Welcome, welcome, welcome. All right, let's get to the news. Ham, I DM'd you the link to the big headline for today's show. Please, please present it to everyone.
Oh my god.
Matt, what's wrong?
What's wrong with me? What?
Wait, did you not just say, "Oh my God"?
No, I
No.
said that.
Oh, okay, that was Ham. I am cope and seethe, brother. Cope and seethe.
Go to
Greatness is
hell,
back.
go to hell, bud. Um, Metal
Eastside
Gear
Vandal, welcome
Solid
in.
Delta Snake
Yeah, let's
Eater
go.
arrives in August, according to PlayStation Store. Keep keeping you waiting just a little longer. Metal Gear Solid Delta Snake Eater, the remake of the original Metal Gear Solid 3, will release on August. Let me move this to my bigger screen because I'm having trouble seeing it. Will release August 28th 2025, according to what appears to be a PlayStation Store leak. Konami's remake of the PlayStation 2 stealth action title has been updated from an obviously defunct 2024 release window, seemingly out of nowhere, with even a new trailer having leaked via the PlayStation app version of the store. An Ape Escape collaboration has also been teased, which was following by by a message that reads "and more," which seemingly alludes to further crossovers coming to the game. Weird. That's a weird crossover. It
It's a
is.
PlayStation crossover.
But I might as well finish the article. There's only like two more paragraphs. This first one look like a reference to the original Metal Gear Solid 3, which featured a monkey minigame which Snake would attempt to neutralize the animals with a stun grenade and his monkey shaker gun.
Yes.
It's unclear why the release date and the new trailer have appeared now, though if rumors of a Sony PlayStation State of Play showcase come next week are true, it may well be that someone has simply pulled the trigger a little early, a fatal mistake when it comes to stealth action. Ah, damn. I like this writer. That was a
uh-oh.
pretty good one. Right there. That was pretty good.
Yep.
That was pretty good. Beyond a new first person perspective, the game is otherwise shaping up to be an exact recreation of the original. Metal Gear Solid Delta seems more like a very shiny HD remaster than the elegant remake it could have been. Oh, shit. IGN said in
Shade.
our preview, yeah, shade, right? It's an admittedly a beautiful nostalgia trip, but almost faithful to a fault.
Oof.
That sounds scary.
Yeah, I'm
No,
getting less interested
it's
in
not.
this.
It's not.
Every time I hear about it, I'm getting less interested in this.
Well, let me tell you why it's not a fault. All right.
Tell me why
Why
it's
it's
not
not
a fault. Those jank
be-
ass controls.
because we're not remaking this for the modern audience.
No,
We're remaking
you're
this
making it for a bunch
for
of
the people.
troglodytes.
Yes, for the people that bought it and loved it back then, because
All
we're
five,
about to buy
Yes.
it. Get the hell out of here, Cozy.
all
Don't
five of
even
you.
cap. Stop
Yeah, right.
capping.
There's a
Stop
reason
capping.
stealth is dying.
The
What?
genre is dying, but every single Metal Gear Solid game
Stealth ain't dying. The way
sold
it's being made is
very well.
dying.
What?
So stealth ain't dying. The way people are making it's dying.
Oh yeah, that's true. They try to put stealth in all types of things, but yeah, Cozy.
No, strictly
Every
stealth
single
games. That's what I'm saying. There aren't a whole lot of strictly stealth games
yeah,
because
the genre is
people
dying.
don't
No,
actually like stealth, except if it's optional and you can opt out completely.
not patient. People are not patient anymore. I don't know what's going on.
You know what's really
They're just
funny?
in
I
a
don't
rush.
like stealth games at all, but when I played Weird West, I played that game entirely stealth.
Really?
Yeah. Like there's this like
Maybe the
one of the
mechanics.
yeah, one of the rifles has this like ability where you could like if you shot someone and made it, they would like die instantly, but it didn't alarm anyone else to where you were. So it'd use that on like the biggest enemy, and then you just like hide around the houses and stuff, shoot someone, drag their body into some place like hidden where no one else could see, and just keep doing it until you cleared an area. And I don't know why it was really fun.
Yeah, I would say that the mechanics work. I think you're just reiterating Ham's point. The way the way people are making stealth games, it doesn't encourage you to play the game. So that's a good point. But to your lies, Kozi, every single one of those games that Kojima made sold extremely well. So don't even bring that cap over here. All right, keep
It'll
that
sell because
evil.
it's Metal Gear, but then look how many people actually complete it.
Listen, when I'm selling cake,
People eat their
I
cake.
don't care if you're gonna eat the cake. Buy my cake and buzz off. As a seller of cake, that's how that's my focus. Selling cake.
Cake, 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 cake.
Uh, Voidlock, welcome in.
Aren't you
Indiana,
supposed to clap while you say it?
Indiana
Cake, cake,
Jackson.
cake, cake, cake.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Okay,
I
great.
remember that one. What's this? Sapo saying ponies are suggesting. No, it's not. It's not going to be exclusive. The secret Sony showcase is finally coming. I'm so excited to see, bro. This Sony showcase has people have been talking about it for years at this point. Sapo says the old folks. Sapo, the old folks built the foundation for the new folks to have their house. Without us, there's
And
nothing.
I'll tell you what, the focus is not the old folks anymore. I'm be upfront with you about that.
That's fine. That's fine. The focus
I'm
is
just
not
saying
on
because no, I only said that because you said that we built the foundation, which is it's
yeah.
not incorrect, but it's just one of those things. Like I feel like the industry at the moment is like, yeah, you can build the foundation all you want. We don't give a fuck. We're trying to make money.
Which is fine, right? But what happens is more times than not, when you don't focus on the old folk, and then you go and make your multiplayer game, you
Hmm.
don't turn into Fortnite or Marvel Rivals. You shut down your studio.
Sure.
Whereas the people that are still making Tales of Arise and all these little games that cater to quote unquote the old folk, they're just making bank, keep announcing sequels and new franchises.
Uh,
So that's all I'm gonna say about that.
The problem with that is a
mhm.
majority of them are selling to a diminishing fan base. They're
True.
making money because they know that they can't operate in a higher budget bracket because they're not no one is really no they're not getting new blood. New blood isn't caring about these old fogey games. And that is generally the problem with a lot of like the way game dev is operating. You see, the push for live service, everyone's like I cringe and eye roll, but guess what? The youngins, that's what they care about.
The youngins.
That's
Yeah.
Yeah.
that's where
Well,
your future money. You have to think about where you're going to get your next buck from, not the geriatrics who are currently your customers.
Well,
You
we're
can keep
still
them a little
buying.
happy,
When we're finally dead, Cozy, they can move on from us. Until
or
then,
when you become increasingly not profitable.
true, true. Because and that's my point, right? We're still buying. We're still profitable. We're still worth investing in. The day will come when games like Kingdom Come Deliverance and Baldur's Gate, no one buys them. That day will come, no doubt. It's not today.
Well, I mean, Baldur's Gate was a standout in a genre that actually hardly anyone buys games in. Because most of the games made in that genre, just Baldur's Gate, its success was a lot of like, it was able to be a AAA game. Most games in that
Mhm.
genre are not.
That's true. Even what was it? Was it Pillars of Eternity?
Yes.
Yeah, it
That
wasn't exactly as
there are
polished.
lots of games that are pumped out in that genre, but most of them are not made from a big massive studio like Baldur's Gate was.
Fair enough. Fair enough. Seawolf Gaming, welcome in. Ron Slasher, that's not funny. That's not funny. All right. Football Manager 2025. That's not funny. It's not funny.
Oh,
Iago
we're gonna get to
Cooking.
that. That's its own topic. Let's leave that alone for a moment. But
Yeah,
I want
we're
that to
going.
pure simmer on Loke's spot right now. It sounds fantastic. But um, but uh, but I kind of agree with Loke on this one a little bit, Cozy.
What?
I feel like you're kind of saying, "Yo, this stuff ain't that popular anymore. People will be moving on." But it's just like it's been popular since like the '90s, and it's still as popular, if not more popular, because more people are playing it.
That's the problem. If you're looking at the numbers, a lot of these games more people really aren't playing. It's like the same audience.
Is it though? Because there's gaming is growing in like piece for like PC and stuff like that. And
Gaming is growing, but
Hmm.
it's not it doesn't mean it's growing in everything equally. They
Yeah.
throw out that gaming is growing, but look where it's growing. It really is like that's the thing when people talk about how the old people gamers who talk about how much they hate live service is booming. I mean, except for the ones that fail, but the ones
That's
that
where it's at.
don't, they're booming.
Yeah.
It's these
It,
single player
it,
expensive games that are struggling more than anything because they have to make that money back, and when they don't, whoopsie, studio closes.
I feel like part of that is kind of a self kind of like kind of a self owned situation, right? Where you could where these games or these developers essentially put themselves in a situation where they're spending way more money than they probably should to make a good game.
yes.
I agree with that, but also it's like because we have to, or they have to recognize that that is the case, and apparently we're not at the point where people recognize that. Apparently, because I mean, shit, you look at Spider-Man 2 versus Spider-Man 1. I forget the exact number, but it was like well over double the cost and
Yeah. Yeah.
close to triple the cost of Spider-Man 1. And it's
Yeah.
like why is that the case? Why why not just make Spider-Man 2 for around the same price?
And no multiplayer.
Well, there wasn't multiplayer in this in second one, but like,
Should have.
And then they scrapped it. So many
oh,
bad
okay,
decisions
got you,
Yeah,
there.
got
that's
you,
what I was
So
saying.
many
Yeah, that.
bad
I was like,
got you.
what? That could have been an amazing experience. A co-op game where you could be two Spider-Mans all like zoomy swing, swing, swing.
From like different
Or
Spider Verses or something. That'd be dope.
Yes.
yeah. Or don't start it and then quit halfway through or whichever way through because the money you've already spent starting it is still spent. It's not coming back.
Yeah, I just don't know. Like, I'm kind of in agreement with Cozy where it's like, and that hinges on the fact that these games continue to cost as much as they cost. Now, if what Ham says comes true, and it's like, okay, companies start recognizing, hey, maybe we don't need to spend $300 million on whatever the hell game, and we're like, let's instead spend 75 or 100 million. In that case, then that's great. That's great, and then the industry probably isn't as volatile, which would be awesome.
Yeah,
But it doesn't seem like anybody can is okay with doing that for some reason. They all just want to spend the most money possible and get the least amount of returns possible for some reason.
it's also
I don't
a
know.
hard
I
thing to
don't know anything.
balance. It's going to be a hard thing to balance because, we are pretty diverse gamers. But let me tell you, you talk to a lot of average Joe gamers, they just want
Yeah.
AAA games that look pretty. And that is a
Hmm.
huge. And so, they're making these games, they have to try and get sales from those people.
That can't be true because you know why? The most bought and played console is the Switch. Not exactly known for, you know, great looking games.
Switch games, a lot of them actually look really good. They don't look realistic, but they look good.
Then that's what I'm saying. When you're talking about these games that look good, most of the money that gets, well, I wouldn't say wasted, but thrown at these games that fail, especially the ones that fail, is all these superfluous graphics.
But
These
people
like
want that.
people's skin and freckles and all this voice acting and whatever, which is nice. It's nice. I'm not saying we should stop it. I'm just saying we sit here and we look at Nintendo. It's the most successful console. It's got the most sales. The games sell like hotcakes. But you look at the
Mhm.
production value, it's way lower than your average Xbox game, your
Yeah,
average PlayStation game.
yeah,
We're missing something, right? And it's in everyone's face. It's not about how it looks, just in terms of like graphics.
Yeah, Seawolf nailed it too. He said voice acting too. Link and mute.
What?
I think
hmm
my least favorite thing about voice acting is especially when they spend extra money hiring like big, you know, big actors instead of being like, let's hire this much cheaper voice actor. So because that costs, and a lot of them aren't even that great.
yeah. I also say, look to your point about Nintendo.
Yeah.
Nintendo's not really the problem here. Nintendo's doing fine
No, they're the
because they can.
solution. They're the
But
solution. I'm
but
saying
that's
everyone needs to turn
but
around, look at them, and copy paste. That's what I'm saying.
well,
Sorry.
but
Go ahead.
nobody wants that from PlayStation. Nobody wants that from
Yes,
Xbox. That's the thing.
PlayStation's
Nintendo can
efforts
do
like that failed. They failed.
yeah, Nintendo can do that because that's what their games are. They can spend, I don't know, 50 million on Pokemon and make like $1 billion back. They can do that. But if PlayStation says, "Hey, we want to bring back I don't know, pick something, Uncharted.
Gravity
We're going to make
Rush.
we're no,
Oh,
we'll make Uncharted 5, but we're not going to focus so much because that's the kind of game PlayStation gamers
Yeah.
want.
Yeah.
We're not going to focus so much on the graphics end of things. It's not going to
We're gonna
look the
have the
best.
same graphics from four. We'll have the
Yeah,
same graphic from four, but the gameplay is going to be enhanced and the story is going to be enhanced.
yeah.
You're
A
telling me
lot
that's
of
not gonna
people.
sell?
No, I'm not saying that. I'm saying,
Bullshit.
the
There's no
most
way it's gonna
impressive
whoa.
thing
sell.
about the first Uncharted was the
Let
fact
me
that you stayed wet when you got out of the water.
The most
I'm
what?
not.
Impressive thing about Uncharted, the first Uncharted, was you staying wet when you got out of the water.
All right, Matt. Sorry for interrupting you. Go ahead. Go ahead, Matt.
I'm not saying that it's not gonna sell. It will sell
Okay.
based
What are you
on the
saying?
name. I'm saying it's not
Okay.
going to sell enough. Look at Uncharted 4. Uncharted 4 is a fucking masterpiece. What did that sell? Did that do Pokemon numbers?
I don't think so, but it was
No.
also a PlayStation exclusive,
Fucking
and
Pokemon's a Nintendo exclusive.
yeah, but we're not going to sit here and compare the install base of PlayStation
Whoa, whoa,
to
whoa,
Nintendo.
whoa. Dude, the PS4 sold how many fucking units? I get the Nintendo Switch sold more. I'm
The
not arguing
Switch,
that.
the
Whoa,
Switch, plus the PS2, bro. What are you
Look,
talking about?
look, the PS4
Look,
sold a fuck ton of units.
yes,
Just because the Switch sold more doesn't mean there should be that
not just
fucking
that.
big of a disparity.
Yes, the PS4 sold a lot.
Yes,
Not
it's
it wasn't
I'm not
it
saying
wasn't
that the
just
Switch
more,
didn't
man.
sell more. I'm
It didn't
saying
just sell
that
more, dude.
it
Sold
did
a
though. It sold
lot
more.
more.
Exactly. But that doesn't mean there should
And
be
that's why I'm
that
saying it
fucking
should
big
have
of a
that.
despair.
It should,
Oh
because
man.
you just agreed with me. The the Switch didn't just sell more than the PS4. It sold a fuck ton more.
But they have systems that, for example, that sold less, that still sold way more games.
Yes, my point is that Uncharted, no
I
matter
feel like
what
what
you
you're
do,
circling around is just attachment rate, and right now,
Nintendo
like
has great attachment rate.
we can say, I mean, we can easily say that Nintendo has a better attachment rate than any other console out there,
Yes,
and
that's true.
and that's been consistent for generations. Even at their worst console generation, it was still consistent then. So it's weird when you look at the let's take it there for a second. When you look at something like the Nintendo Wii U, and some games on the Wii U have a better attachment rate
Yep.
than the PS5 or Series X right now with
Them
games.
having millions of sales on some of their games is like, for a 13 million console, is amazing.
The problem is what you kind of alluded to, Loke, and it's and here it is. Nintendo makes their own games and everybody knows it, and they were okay excluding third party for the most part. They almost use third party like an appetizer or a dessert kind of. It's never a main course on Nintendo.
Yeah,
Where it's a main course on PlayStation. It's a main course onto Xbox as well. So the attachment rates for those two systems are extremely low because people usually buy those to get third-party games. People don't buy Nintendos to get any third-party games because they know your best way to play a third-party game is not going to be a Nintendo. Nintendo made that loud and clear after the GameCube. They tried to kind of stay with it a little bit on the GameCube, but even with the GameCube, you could say they were kind of not really with that. Right? But like once it went
yeah,
to the Wii, you could tell that they were completely in their own lane. Then they went to the, Wii U, but the Switch, they've continually let you know that we're in control of our own destiny. We're not relying on anybody to help us out, really. Where Xbox, that's like their MO, right? We're going to use the shit out of everybody else, right? PlayStation is the only one that looks really confused right now because they act like they're Nintendo, but then they make moves like they're Xbox, and it doesn't make any fucking sense. And it makes people confused, but they're so tied to it because they've been with it for so long that they just keep doing the same thing. And plus, that's their go-to for third-party consoles because Nintendo ain't giving it to them. So I mean, that's kind of the way I look at it. I feel like I'm going off course. So I don't know, but it really feels like that's kind of what it is. Like we're expecting to see these numbers that Nintendo does, but Nintendo, their strategy screams first party, and everything else is in second or third place, right? Where
yeah. But my
like
point.
we are a third party company now, and we're gonna make money everywhere, which is brilliant for Microsoft, right? Because they're that type of large company to do that, and they've always kind of siphoned off of other people and stuff like that. That's kind of what that company does, right? I'm wondering how not Nintendo, how PlayStation is going to play out because right now they're running a lot off of third party content, and they're not really giving it to anybody else, so they're not making a whole lot of money outside of their console sales.
The
So my point is about scope. That's all it is.
ah
And to Matt's point, I would say that um, Uncharted 5, following the script that we're talking about right now,
I
would
hated
be
it.
a great success if it would be a great success if they use the same assets from the fourth game, because you don't have to develop new assets. I'm not a developer at all, but I would assume that that would cut costs like big time if you can do what they did with Elden Ring, for example, where they essentially used a whole ton of assets
Well,
in terms of how the character moves and a lot of the moves the character makes and whatever,
yeah.
and then just made it an open world. If you took Uncharted 4, used the same assets, animations, etc., but new story and whatever, I think that would bring the cost way down.
Well, let's say let's say they made Uncharted 5 and the
Yeah,
cost of production didn't go up. It stayed
yeah,
exactly the same. It's
yeah.
exactly the same as Uncharted 4.
It should
That'd
go
be
down though.
amazing. That would be
But
amazing.
okay. But it whatever, it
My
should go
theory
down.
is
But
it should go
it
down. Yeah.
stays the exact same. You're using the same assets, but you're probably making a bigger game, I would assume. So let's
Okay.
say the cost stays exactly the same. And it does exactly what Uncharted 4 did. Uncharted 4 was a solid success, right?
Mm-hmm.
But it wasn't enough of a success. Because if it was, we'd be talking about Uncharted 5 in the past 10 years. Uncharted 4
And we
came.
heard what we heard what Shu said about remakes and
Yeah,
remasters and stuff like that. You've seen a remake and remaster of both Naughty Dog games.
yes. If Uncharted 5 or Uncharted 4 was as successful as I would have liked it to be, bro,
Yeah.
we'd be on Uncharted 6 by now. We'd be at the
Kind of
sixth
true.
game. That like
Mm,
it obviously like it did great in terms of like the online discussion. Like if you're a PlayStation fan or just an Uncharted fan, you can get online and say, "Yo, this game kicked ass," and it fucking did. But in reality, did it really kick ass for PlayStation? Because if it did, the series wouldn't be dead.
Yeah, you ain't running away from something that's winning.
Exactly. So like as much as I love it, and as much as I would love to see them come back with Uncharted 5,
I
and you
think
don't
that's
got
one
to
of
spend,
PlayStation's best series, Uncharted.
dude, it's for me it's easily the best series. Uncharted 4 is the best game PlayStation's ever made in my opinion. And I don't know whatever is going to top it. I'm sure something at some point might, but up to this point Uncharted 4 is no questions asked the best game PlayStation's ever made. But like as much as I love it, obviously it didn't do good enough. It obviously didn't.
clearly.
So like that's what I mean. Like they're like PlayStation's success, like with something like God of War, with something like Uncharted, with something like I don't know, Ghost of Tsushima is a really good example. Obviously, we're getting Ghost of Yote, which is really cool, but like those games can be successful, but the question is, are they successful enough to be sustainable? And in some cases, the
So
answer is no.
are we saying that The Last of Us has not been a successful
I just said in some
franchise?
cases. I just
No,
said in
I'm
some
okay.
cases. Yeah.
Okay, so because I'm just taking your point that we haven't seen no, what's
Uncharted.
it, Uncharted
Uncharted.
6.
Uncharted 5.
If
We haven't
we
seen
take
Uncharted 5.
Okay, fine, 5, 6, 7.
Mhm.
If we take that point and extrapolate it, that takes me to the next question of, does that
Yeah.
mean that The Last of Us was actually has actually been a flop as a franchise, because
No, it
we're still on the
hasn't because
second
they've
really
turned that into a
really.
juggernaut.
Well, let's
Okay.
remember what flop usually means. Flop usually means you lost money on it.
yeah.
Yes.
Not
They,
that it wasn't super duper like legendary or massive success or whatnot. Like if you made your money back, you didn't flop.
Yes.
That's it. It's like 500 on a season, right? You get five. You either get 500 or you got a losing record, right?
Yes.
And in these cases, it seems like I feel like what the issue is it's not that maybe they don't always make their money back. I feel like some of it is they're not making the additional money that they had anticipated
Yes.
to make on it,
100%.
and it's not as fire as people had let it on to be and was telling everybody it was. Oh man, you said the last Uncharted was this, the last Uncharted was that. Well, if you guys are loving these games so much, why are the sales declining every time we come out with a new one?
Mm,
Exactly.
That's the
And
problem.
and to your point, Lo, or to your question, no, Last of Us is not a flop. They've curtailed Last of Us into one of the most successful PlayStation IPs ever. Certainly of the past generation. Like you mean Last of Us Part One at the end of the PS3. You did the remaster. You did a remake. You got Last of Us Part Two at the end of last generation. You got a TV show. You're coming out with a second season later this year. That's not a flop. Last of Us is crushing it, but not everything is Last of Us. In fact, most things aren't Last of Us.
true.
So it's like it's it's like that's an exception, not the rule.
Okay, so the reason I brought that up again, right,
Hmm.
is because you're talking about lack of releases being a
Yeah.
reason why we can say that Uncharted was not or hasn't been as successful. Vic
Hmm.
celebrates 15 months of membership on TSWS. Thank you so much for the support, Vic. Really appreciate it. Says, what's up, lady, and hi, cozy. I'm guessing we're the ladies. And
Last I checked, I was an owl lady. I'll tell you that.
are you sure? Are you sure about that?
I'm quite sure about that one.
Anyways, yeah. Bring it back to the main topic. Are you excited for one of Kojima's masterpieces? Will you be playing it? Or are you going to be waiting for a sale? What are your thoughts on it?
Um, I'm waiting to see what the controls are.
Ah, okay.
I'm right where you left me on the last one. Them
If it's
controls,
stiff,
are they different?
you're
No?
out.
Okay. Never mind.
Bye.
Kinda like I'm still waiting for you to come kick it. You've been oh man, I love to hang out with you while you run through Metal Gear. And then you don't never show up.
Oh,
Oh, dude. You,
he
you
called you
you
a
know what's
fraud.
been going on. You know what's been going on for the last 2 weeks. It hasn't been great. Like even like the limitations that they usually place on us at the office, like oh everybody has to leave at this time. It's been like very flexible because of what's going on right now. So that's my excuse. I will
Excuse
I
me.
will I will be showing up soon though. Hopefully. Hopefully. I don't know. I don't know.
You?
I don't want to get political. Cozy, what are your
Yes.
thoughts on the metal? Sorry, on the game that
Uh, I'm not
Kojima.
interested in. I only play good games.
You need to let me finish the question.
I'm sorry. I heard Kojima and bad games automatically is the next thought.
Welcome in, Dayreezy. Uh, yeah, because he thinks she's funny. All right, Matt,
Hmm.
what are your thoughts on Delta? Yes, I'm gonna start calling it
Uh,
Delta. Done. What are your thoughts on Delta?
what's Delta?
Are you gonna buy it? Buzz off,
What's that?
buzz off. You know what I'm talking about right now. Are you
I
gonna
don't.
buy it? Are you gonna
You should probably
pre-order
say the
it?
full name of it, so I know what you're talking
Speaking of which,
about.
I'm going to put up a poll. I need to put up a poll because someone did request that I finish Dustborn, and then another paying member on TSWS requested that I stop playing Dustborn. So I'm just gonna put up a poll, and then everyone can vote
Oh, I
if you
know what
want
I'm
me to
voting
keep
for.
playing. Because
I mean,
really, really, Matt.
this isn't even a question for me. This is easy.
Okay.
To answer your
This is
question,
happening.
though, Loke,
Yeah. Go ahead. Go ahead.
uh, if that game comes out and has the same controls as Metal Gear Solid 3 does, I don't care. I'm not playing that. Got no
You're
interest.
good.
If it has modern controls, then even if it has modern controls, it's probably still not a day one for me. But I'm way more interested, and I probably will pick it up at some point. But if it
All right.
doesn't have the controls, then yeah, I'm out.
Day 300.
So suffice it to say, I am very excited to play the my game of the year if it comes out this year. I can't wait. Please, everyone, go and vote if you guys think I should finish Dustborn or no.
Yes, he has
Anyways,
to finish it.
Yeah, I'm not sure
anyways,
why this is even a question. Really, it shouldn't be a question. But
go and vote. All right, this is a democracy. Ham, stop laughing. Yeah, I'm not gonna belabor the point. Kojima's one of Kojima's masterpieces is coming out in August. Save up your money, get ready for it. It's going to be epic. Moving on,
Save up your
we
money and watch
have
all the
GTA
cutscenes.
6. We have GTA 6 release date still set for fall 2025. Take Two CEO insists we really feel good about it. So, reporting its third quarter ending December 31st, 2024, uh, financial results. The sorry, reporting its third quarter ending December 31st, 2024 financial results. The Rockstar owner listed GTA 6 for fall 2025 on PS5 and Series X and S. It means that for now, at least, GTA 6 is still on track for its previously announced release window and has not been delayed. Speaking to IGN, ahead of the release of its financial report, Take-Two CEO Strauss Zelnick said that while, and I quote, "there's always a risk of slippage, the company really feel good about it.
I'm excited when he read that part.
Look, there's always a risk of slippage, and I think as soon as you say words like absolutely, you jinx things." Zelnick responded. So we feel really good about it. I think the game is eagerly anticipated both internally and externally, he said. We know that Rockstar seeks perfection. I never claim success before it occurs. I'm fond of saying arrogance is the enemy of continued success. So we're all running scared and looking over our shoulders, and we know that the competition is not asleep. Our whole organization is super excited. GTA 6. Ham, you think this is coming out this year?
I don't see why not.
So the words from Strauss Zelnick, his lack of, like he's not super stern about no, this is definitely happening. Expect it. He just says we feel good about it, and he refuses to categorically say it's definitely coming out this year.
I
That
mean,
doesn't make your
why would he?
trepidation
Yeah. I mean,
cozy.
I don't
the
know.
game's gonna sell either way. Like, it doesn't matter. GTA could come out and be like $200, and people are gonna buy that. They don't need to. It's GTA. It sells itself.
So are you saying he's lying or
I'm saying it
he
doesn't
actually?
matter either way or not. It doesn't matter
It's
if he's
still going
lying.
to sell
I mean, I
gangbusters.
wouldn't say he's lying. He's market speaking. He's doing market speak.
Yes.
But either way, does it really matter? Like people are gonna be like, no, I'm mad. They'll be mad, but what are they gonna do? Not buy GTA? They will buy GTA. I want to see it cost $100.
You know, I was bullish on the whole $100 thing. Like, I'm definitely gonna buy it. But the more I think about it, I'm starting to come around to the point that if this thing is more than $70, like even if it's $80, I might not buy it.
Oh, you're not a real GTA fan then.
Well,
I'm
God
not.
bless you. I hope it.
I'm not.
Hope
Like I played the campaign, I uninstalled it and moved on with my life. The real GTA fans stick around, so I don't care.
He looks like he belongs in a speakeasy in the
Yes,
1920s.
yes, they're easy. I could use a mink coat. I wouldn't mind that. I wouldn't
He's
mind.
about to start playing the trumpet.
uh, Ham, what are your thoughts on $100? The proposed $100 price. Are you still 100% down with it if it's $100?
Well, I'm regardless. I'm probably gonna buy the game because I want to play it.
Even if it's $100?
Yeah. Even if it's $100, I just won't. You know, probably pay like pay to try anything else in the game. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like if you're giving me $100, I'm putting all that towards your story being that damn good. And if it's not that damn good, then that's a full stop right there. That is a full stop right there. Um, honestly, and I feel like a lot of people feel the same way. Like, they're one of the few, if not the only, squad that could get away with doing something like that. Just
Yeah.
because of the level of creativity and work that they usually put into their games. I mean, here it is, what, like 5 years into this generation, and Red Dead Redemption is still on top of people's mind all all the time. And I mean, even GTA 5 still on people's mind. That's a 360 game, So,
Yep.
like they're literally like one of, if not the only developer that can get away with something like that, and I feel like they kind of earned being able to even be in that conversation. I'm not saying that they should do it because I'll be right there with you saying, hey, I don't like this. I don't want because you know what's going to happen as soon as they do it. Everyone else is going to think that they have just as much quality, that they work
Yep.
just as hard, that they
NBA
that they
2K
earn
is
their
about to be
way,
$100.
that they earn their way to that position. And it's just like there's so many, and we talked about it just the other day, like there's so many games, and like whether you want to say like whether it's new developers or old, because we see it from Square Enix, we've seen it plenty of times from Ubisoft, we're seeing it from we've seen it from PlayStation recently, like just trying to do something quick to make a buck, right? And think that you could just sell that to whoever just because you got a good platform, or because you have the history of making good games and stuff like that. And it's just like, dude, that's how you burn bridges. That's not how you prove your worth.
Mm.
Right? So I feel like, sure, has GTA ever done scummy things? Absolutely, 100%. But have they always like showed up when it came time for their game to launch? Yeah,
Yeah.
they have. They've always showed up. They always stood on business every single time their game came out. And you can talk about the big games like Grand Theft Auto and Red Dead. Or you could talk about like Bully. You could talk about there's the Warriors. There's plenty of games that Rockstar, Midnight Club. Most of the time, if not every time they come out with a game, they stand on that shit, and they do a damn good job. I would like somebody, if they could, tell me a game from Rockstar that's just absolutely terrible that nobody likes?
That would be
I'll
an
wait.
interesting conversation. Comment
I'll
section,
wait.
help us.
Because we can do that
Help
with
us.
every other developer, right? We can tell you a list of games from other developers of games that we don't want to play. Can we do that with
Yeah.
Rockstar? No. We can't. We might be able to muster up one, or maybe a game wasn't as good as a predecessor or something like that, right? But they've
But not
always
objectively bad.
exactly. They're not objectively bad. They're all high quality, big time games that ended up being worth the money when people ended up getting into them, or people want sequels of it or remakes of it and stuff like that, right? So until EA or we either you want to say like a subsidiary of EA, like a BioWare, or like another developer that's getting close but not quite there yet, is From Software.
Yeah.
From Software is getting up there. They're not quite at that at that like $100 mark like a GTA could probably be at, but they're getting damn close. And it's hard. Like when's the last time you could say, man, From Software fucked
Dark
this
Souls
game up?
2. Dark Souls 2. Dark Souls 2.
You see how you only listed one though?
That's it. That's all I got.
And people would argue with you about that probably.
Yes, there's some people that say that they've never missed.
So I don't know, man. It's up to Rockstar to kind of screw this up, and I personally don't think they should do $100 game because, I mean, they're going to be getting plenty of money off of their online service if they do that right. So I don't feel like this is necessary, and you can always have that little, sandwich on the fish hook, right? Of there's DLC coming, and just that's how you make $100
Fuck
game.
outta here. We know there's never gonna be any more DLC. It's done. It's over.
Sure,
dude.
you could say that. You could say that just because of past performance. I get that, right? But you can also say some of their past performance they actually did have DLC, right? GTA
Yes.
4 had DLC.
Yes, it did. Very good DLC.
Yeah, man. And I mean, hell, GTA 3 even had DLC, but it was like it's a standalone kind of thing because they didn't do that kind of shit back then, right?
Mm.
It was like Liberty City Stories and shit like that. Right?
Internet was not as stable.
It definitely wasn't made the same way that it is made now, right? But that's kind of all I'm saying is I feel like they should just stick to like $70 if they want to be greedy, like maybe 80 max, but like maybe just be the leader in this, in the sense of just like making sure you give us good quality game like you always do. And if you want us to buy more of the game, I'm sure everybody will be more than happy to buy a DLC from Rockstar.
I would buy a
More than
DLC,
that.
dude. If they announced DLC for GTA 5 right now, I would buy it.
Talk about it.
Sapo, stop it. Sapo says $100. I'm there for it. No, stop it.
I hope it is that price.
Yeah,
wanna
but you're not gonna
I
buy
kind
it.
of hope.
I mean, yeah, of course I'm not
I
gonna
don't
buy it.
hope it is, but I am very interested to see somebody do something like that.
Yeah, that's the thing. I hope it is because I want to see. I want to see more expensive things to see how much people are willing to spend until they're not willing to spend. That's why I really want like an 800 plus price point for like the PS5, PS6.
You guys want to see the world burn. That's what you guys want. Sapo says it's my money, my choice. Hey, I will not fight you on that one. I will not fight you on that one.
They didn't have to keep Red Dead Online because the game sold well and they're making a lot of money off of GTA. All the handful of Red Dead Online players, sucks to be you, but no one really talks about that because not enough people care.
All right, Matt, please be the voice of reason. Tell me you don't want this to be $100.
He's not about to be.
And would
Tell
you
I-
buy it? Would you buy it if it was $100?
I mean, do I want it to be $100? No,
Okay,
definitely not.
but would you buy it?
Would I buy? Yeah, because
See?
yeah.
See? I hope it's $100 just for this reason.
Look, walked away.
I
I want
mean,
it. I want it to be
Well,
$100. I'm not gonna buy it, but I want it to be
I'm.
$100.
Man, this
it's
is.
it's
You
gonna
know what?
sell. Like if it's
I'm
$100,
done with the
it'll
head.
sell.
I'm done with the head.
It it's not gonna not sell because they put it at $100. Like this thing, and look, you're doing this whole thing. Like I'm not gonna buy it. You didn't know
Yeah,
you're
yeah.
gonna buy it. You're gonna buy it. You're gonna buy it. Look, don't do
I'm
that.
not saying I'm not going to buy it. I'm saying every time we discuss it,
Yeah,
I'm leaning more and more to the side of like, yeah, if it's $100, I'm probably not going to buy it. I'm not saying I'm not going.
don't bother leaning to that side, because you're gonna buy it.
Loke's gonna buy
Don't
it.
don't
Loke's
do
gonna
that.
buy it. I'm gonna be the one who doesn't buy it because
It's gonna
That's
be me and Cozy.
I
It's gonna be
need
me and
you.
Cozy
I need,
playing like retro games. That's what we're
look,
gonna
I
be doing.
need you right now. I need you, brother.
To do what?
I need you to read this and then get into a full-on argument.
I actually support that price too.
oh my god. I thought that was is that sarcasm, Ty?
It's not. He's dead
That
serious.
bro.
If you follow Ty, you know he is serious about this shit.
I hope I actually would support that price point too.
I need to have a seat.
I knew Luke would hate it though.
Bro, that
Luke
reads
hates
like
shit.
satire. I know it's Ty and it's not, but that reads like satire.
Yo,
You
like I dropped my fucking lights and everything.
That reads like does the Onion have a gaming like section or something? Because that reads like something
Equivalent.
you would
Yes.
that reads like something you would get from the Onion.
to be fair, while I wouldn't buy 150, while I don't spend more than like $30 on a game, I will totally spend a ridiculous amount on the collectors stuff. Like I bought that South of Midnight collectors set,
Mhm.
and it didn't even include the game, and it was like
Yeah,
150.
that's what I think the thing
Fuck
should
it. My
be
light's
for.
gone. Fuck it. Fuck it. My light's gone.
That's
Ty, what the
that's what I
hell?
think.
What the
That
hell?
is what I think the thing should be for Rockstar is if they want to do like, oh, if we want to charge people a stupid amount of money, make a collector's edition and charge a dumb fucking amount of money for it
Give
because
me the
people,
300,
value. Give me value for
500,
the money.
yeah, charge them
500.
500. Why
For a
not?
collector's edition.
Yep.
People will
Get the
buy
fuck
that.
out of here. It's a console. That's a whole console.
So
Cozy. What are you
so
talking
People
about?
will watch.
People will buy
There
that.
has been
Yes.
collector's editions up to that price. Though.
Yeah. Why wouldn't
Exactly. It's not crazy.
I have
I
like
wouldn't buy it.
insane-
You get a whole ass statue usually for something like
I've
that.
definitely spent like $200 on a collector's edition though. Like I wouldn't buy a game for more than 30, but throw in that collector's edition, yes.
Exactly. And that's how you get that's how you milk people for money instead of doing like this baseline, hey, it's $100 now, which if they do it again, like I said, people are going to buy it. Like you're going to buy it, I'm going to buy it, Ham's going to buy it. We know Cody's not going to buy it, but whatever. But like most people will buy it at $100. But instead of doing that, the way you get your money is, dude, make a crazy ass collector's edition and overcharge through the fucking roof on it.
Mhm.
People will buy it.
Why wouldn't you?
That's I mean that's the easiest
You
solution.
know what?
You
You know
know,
what?
give a
Ty
base
is
game
talking
and
about me crazy.
an extra piece of it for for the $100 piece. I don't see why not.
Do what?
Make the base game $70 and have like an add-on piece that makes it $100.
How hilarious would it be if it was like for $70 you get the first 15 hours of the story,
I support
Oh
this too.
my god!
and then for an extra
Oh,
30
not
bucks you
crazy.
can finish it.
I
You
support
can
this.
finish
Ruining gaming, Cozy.
I support this.
Uh,
Golly.
That's the best part is trolling people about games you don't play. I'm just here for the lulz. I like watching the world burn. I'm sorry.
I'm done. I'm done. Just um,
God.
you know what, Ham, in a way, and Cozy, Matt, you know, think about this. In a
Yeah.
way, this is actually what Ty is proposing is actually a good thing.
It's actually yeah, it's actually a great
You know
thing for
why?
me because I'm dying to spend 80
No, no.
more
Let me finish.
dollars every time I
Let me
buy.
finish.
No, it's great.
Let me finish.
Yeah, it's
So,
great.
like you said, to save the industry,
Yeah.
guys. We've been talking about the bloat in the
This is
industry.
how we save the industry, not by cutting back on budgets and spending 300 million on Concord. This is how we do it. We charge you
Do you know?
$150 for Concord. That'll fix it.
Do you know?
That'll fix it.
Yes, yes, yes. Let me tell you
Yeah.
how.
I'll
Do you
fix
know? Do you know who the industry is? The industry is not the
uh
developers. I'm sorry to say,
yeah.
the industry is us. The industry is gamers.
Yeah.
The
And that's
reason
how
why
you
I'm saying
fix
this will,
me is by charging
you know
me
how?
$80.
Yeah, I'm telling you, this is the
Yeah.
way. You know why? You know
Yeah.
why?
Tell me
I
why.
I hope I hope like fucking
Yeah.
Take Two. I hope EA. I hope all these companies that we hate. I hope they
Yeah.
charge their games $500 a pop. Fuck 150. Make it
Look, you're
five
fucking
hundred
high.
dollars a pop.
You
You know
You're
why?
you're
just making it worse.
You know why? No, let me tell you why. Because
No,
no
Tell
no,
me
go
one's
ahead.
gonna
why,
buy
please.
it. No one's gonna buy the games. They're going to overinvest, right? Thinking they're gonna get a return on their money. They're going to overinvest, and then there's you think now we have mass layoffs? We're going to have proper mass layoffs.
Yeah, and then
Hundreds of thousands of teams just shuttered. And like
yeah,
the AAA industry needs to get
yeah,
culled. We've been talking about this for years. It needs to get culled by like 90%.
Stop.
And
buddy.
they're not going to self cull because we've been criticizing them. They'll do it when we stop buying. There's too many of us that are paying for overpriced games that aren't worth it. Make it $100. Make it $150. Make the base game, $150. No one's going to buy it. We're going to buy from software games. We're going to
Yeah,
buy the GTAs that actually deserve the money. And then you know what? We're going to have just the 10% of AAA that matters, right? Because From Software is worth, sorry, Elden Ring that we see on the screen, that's actually worth $100. And then we won't have mid shit also being $100. We're going to
yeah,
have the
and
$100, and then we're going to have South of Midnight. That's $40. That's going to become the industry. So you know what?
but
Ty,
South of
your
Midnight
guy.
in this scenario, South of Midnight's not $40 anymore. By the way,
You know what? In an industry that's 40, the games are 70. South of Midnight had the self awareness to be like, we're probably worth 40.
sure, but in an
In an
industry
industry
that
that's 100,
and the
South of
and the
Midnight will
one
be
that you
50.
just proposed, where you said
Yeah,
fuck it, $500 for everything.
yeah.
South of Midnight is now like $400.
We're shutting them down too. Who's next?
Look, this is you're
Because no
fucking
one's
high.
buying.
What are you
No one's
saying?
buying rubbish. No one's buying rubbish.
Look,
What I'm saying is, we need to
I
get
see what you're
everyone
saying.
that's trying to overcharge gamers to overcharge like to the Super Saiyan level. Go ahead
okay,
and overcharge to the Super Saiyan level. Go
okay,
bankrupt. Shutter the studio and let the people that want to give us good value continue.
but okay. So
Logan's
that like
clearly just saying if you think you're cool enough to be that guy, and Ty is saying what he's saying. Logan's essentially saying if you guys think you're that cool and you can just do that, then do it.
Try it.
And 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 and
Yeah,
and, and, and,
try it.
and while the others are continuing to do what they're doing, and see if we go for that $500 shit.
yeah,
See if we go for that while Assassin's Creed still stays at $70.
yes,
Like
but
like Like that's all he's saying. He's not saying, well, let's pull everything else in. He's just saying, hey, if that game's going over there to do something crazy, sure, go over there to that pool and see how that treats you. But we're gonna be over here in this pool enjoying the prices that make sense to us as of right now. Now, look,
That's
what I
all.
wanted you to do real quick is I wanted you to read this one, and then I'm gonna follow it up as soon as you get done with another
All
one.
right. Loser gamers will spend $70 on a Zelda game that cost 100 million. GTA costs 10 times more, 1 billion, and these gamers will expect the same price point. What a joke. Stop devaluing.
This one too, low. Keep
That's
going. Keep
fucking
going.
crazy.
If you are a broke, just say you are a brokey. Go play South of Midnight and mobile games. God dang. And tired.
That's some
Ty,
fucking terrible
Ty,
energy.
that's what's happening. That's what's happening. What's happening is that the games that are $50, $60, $70, you have less and less people buying them. People are just going to mobile games because they don't have the money to consistently, like Ham was talking about all the games that are coming out right now. Not everyone has the money to be buying all of these games and barely playing them because people that have money don't have the time. So with the industry again, all he's doing here is telling me exactly what I've been saying for the last 2 minutes, losing my mind here. The industry needs a cow, and overpricing it will cause the industry to have an organic reduction of developers, publishers, etc., etc. It's time. It's time, guys. We're done. 2024 marked the end of a political era. Let 2025 and whatever the hell GTA charges for it, let that also be the beginning of the end. We're here for it. We'll be fine. Don't worry. Cozy, you want to say something before I went
um.
off there for
Oh,
two
no,
seconds?
no, no. I think that's the thing. GTA is an example of a game to get away with it, but a lot of these games will never be able to get away with that. Um and so it's not even worth it. I would like to see more games cost more because I do think it would be interesting, but yeah, you'd have like a lot of less people probably just buying it. As it is, we already know the games that are just like overall making money. It's not even single player GTA that's really making the money, it's the multiplayer. We already know that's where it is. So when people are like, "Well, this single player, AAA game, I want them to cost 5 million to make."
Yeah,
Um,
that just gets them in the door, right? Like
that
that doesn't get them all the microtransactions like Call
yeah,
of Duty and stuff like that, right?
yeah. Like you can make those games aren't where the money's at. And people like so Taye, I get what you're saying, but you're thinking like an olden days person. That's not where the money is.
Yeah, I
Fortnite is making way more than most of those games.
yeah, I very much disagree with Ty on what he's saying because that's just nuts.
I love it. I love it. Ty just threw a bunch of fucking
And
hot
another
takes
one,
into this.
another angle we're not looking at here with all these prices going up. Game Pass is going to make a freaking killing. It's gonna, dude. Do you know how many people are gonna sit there and be like, wait, so if I buy this one game, that's Game Pass for the whole year? And Xbox has a crazy cadence of first party games. Okay, I'll just substitute to Game Pass. It's dumb. It's dumb, and you know what? Just like Cozy, I'm waiting on it. Do it. Do it. Kill yourself. Do it.
Whoa, whoa.
Ah,
Not,
Jesus,
not,
that sounded so dark.
but I
Jesus.
mean, here's the thing. I
But
was
that's
already.
what you're doing. That's what
I've
you're doing.
my big brag has always been $30 gamer, so it's not gonna affect me. I can always find cheap games to buy.
Yes,
And, and,
Eastside
and, and,
Vinyl.
and many people that are not a like one-to-one hobbyist to gaming are gonna look at something like that and say, I got time. I'm gonna wait until you get cheaper. I don't know how many times I've heard my friends say that from like we grew up playing games together and stuff like that. I'm thinking, they're gonna be, riding out on the same level I am, but they didn't grow to continue to be the same kind of gamer that I am. So like when they seen Elden Ring or whatnot, they're like, oh man, that looks good. It looks like something I'm gonna get myself for this holiday or something like that.
Not right now.
Exactly. Not right
Mhm.
now. Like the right now stuff is like something wildly special, like a GTA or something like that, or a Zelda, or just like something that just hit and that everybody just so happens to be talking about, like an Elden Ring or a Black Myth Wukong or whatnot.
Everything else is
But
like
it
I'll
has
see.
but it has to hit like crazy. And you see, I'm not even mentioning some of my favorite games. Like Starfield was one of my favorite games, right?
Yeah.
But but it didn't ring like it
It
should.
wasn't Fallout 5, bro.
It wasn't. It
Like
wasn't,
when
unfortunately.
Fallout 5 it gets announced, a whole lot of people, including your friends, Ham, are going to be like, I need to get that day one.
Especially if they have that the TV show going at the same time and stuff like that. Like it's just like putting all that stuff together. I understand that it's not cheap and maybe inflation and all this yada yada yada, right? But we talk about inflation and stuff like that. Do you remember how much it was to buy a fucking gateway PC back in the day? I know Cozy probably remembers. It was like a couple grand back then. Guess how much it is to buy a PC nowadays?
A
The
decent
same
PC,
fucking
500
price.
bucks.
The same price. So why should I then pay $150 for a game now? I'm sorry, like I know I'm using that against you a little bit, Cozy, because you said go for that $150, but I'm just trying to use that for like all these people out here that are like inflation. We should be paying way more. Everything that went up, gas prices. Look at this inflation. I'm like, yo, dude, a PC back in the day that was dog shit was like $1,500. Dead serious. Dog shit PC. And you're trying to tell me now when you can buy a 3070, 3080 in a PC for $1,500 now. You're going to tell me that I need to pay an exorbitant amount more for a video game now just because you have some sort of feeling about video
Just
games?
because.
Hell no. No, hell no. I'm not doing that. TVs are still the same price as they were back in the day then.
TVs are cheaper. TVs are cheaper.
Yeah.
Super cheaper. I remember
Actually, you're right, because you can go to the store and get one for like $60.
I
now.
bought a flat screen
Yeah.
32-inch for like $400 in on sale. It was half off, and this was like 2008. And I was like, oh, that's a good deal. And nowadays, you can a 32-inch flat screen. I mean, well, all TVs are flat, but that would cost you like maybe, like $60. People put those out on the curb.
And they got
Yep.
internet in them. You don't even need to plug anything into it other than an HDMI cable if you even need that. There's plenty of people that don't plug shit into their TV. They just turn it on and, put their profile in there. They're done.
Because
Yeah.
Nintendo games target their audience, and Zelda games also they just play better. They really do. I don't like either franchise, but the worst thing about I think Rockstar games is how terrible they are to play.
What?
That's
GTA
crazy.
5 was nice to play. What are you talking about, Cozy?
There-
It's tedious and
the hell?
no, it's tedious and for an open world game to fail
What are we
things
doing?
because you don't do them
What are we
exactly how they want you to do them is stupid.
I can see the tedious
like
part in Red
99%
Dead
good.
2, although I disagree. I think Red Dead 2 I've heard that criticism for Red Dead 2 a lot, that it can be really tedious, and I can see where somebody comes from with that. I'll say it doesn't bother me. But like GTA, I've never got that feeling of like it was tedious.
Not at all.
I
But
just
Red
hate
Dead, I can
failing
totally see it.
missions because they don't like how you do them.
That's fair.
In an open world
So
game,
you
I want open.
do
I
you
want all
want
the
to
gameplay to
fail
be
a
wide.
mission and have it just be like whatever and just keep moving?
Keep going.
Is that what you're saying?
No,
Kind of like
no, no. You don't. You shouldn't fail the mission because you don't do it with some stupid arbitrary way that they want you to do it.
Mm.
If it's an
I
open world game, the gameplay needs to be open. I need to be able to do absolutely anything exactly how I want, as
so
long
you
as
don't want it to say fail. You want it just to be like bad choice, good choice, bad choice, good choice.
no, it doesn't have to have any choice. Like think about like for example, Breath of the Wild. You can do all
Well,
the
I
things
mean,
exactly how you want to do
in
them.
a lot of RPGs, you can usually tell what the bad choice is, though.
Yeah, the driving and the shooting also suck.
All right, Cozy she just hates the game. Got
Because
okay.
I like good gameplay.
it.
All right, all right, all right. We're definitely off topic on this one because, oh my god! And Matt hasn't even had the chance to chime in. Matt, go ahead.
Chime in on what? Because we just talked about
The gameplay,
a
the
ton of different
gameplay. Is it bad
the
gameplay? Because
gameplay.
me and Ham definitely disagree on Cozy. With Cozy, sorry, Cozy and Fuzzy.
GTA. She was talking
Yeah,
about the gameplay in GTA is totally fine. I don't think it's bad in really any way. I think the driving can be weird sometimes, but like I don't know, it's not a driving game. It's
Bring
it's
GTA
fucking
4 physics back.
I honestly wouldn't mind that. GTA 4's driving physics was like a mini game within the
Not the
game
driving
itself.
physics now.
No, I'm all for bringing those driving physics back.
I'm talking about
Uh,
ragdoll physics with the body
oh yeah,
and stuff like that. That shit to me was just like so well done. Just a lot of the physics within the game, even like popping the tires and like just a lot of that
yeah,
stuff. I just the only thing I didn't like about the driving is like at least at 30 FPS, because it just felt really kind of laggy a little bit. It kind of felt
hmm
like everything was like I was power sliding everywhere. I didn't like that. I didn't like that feeling.
Power slide.
yeah.
you're
They
talking about when we
hopefully.
get Matt.
What's up?
It, sorry, go ahead. Finish. My bad. You're saying hopefully.
No, I was gonna say hopefully with GTA 6 they get back to focusing on the physics and everything. Because GTA 4 to GTA 5, they took a ridiculous step back in terms of physics and like what you can actually do in the game.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, looking at the game itself, I don't see why they had to take a big step back, quite frankly. So hopefully GTA 6 they get back to it because it's all the same engine. So all the same, I think it's all on the Rage engine they call it. So I don't know why they would cut stuff like that.
Each Grand Theft Auto to me kind of like after
Take
3
away
or actually I should say after
San
Vice City,
Andreas.
they kind of yeah I feel like yes San Andreas, Vice City, those are kind of like where I'm talking about. It feels like they kind of like replaced and didn't quite give us everything that we wanted with that was with the previous one. Maybe they couldn't fit it all in to the game or something like that, but like the physics in 4, but then from San Andreas to 4, I felt like you couldn't upgrade and do certain things. You couldn't do different fighting styles and stuff like that. That was
Yeah,
super amazing in GTA San Andreas. I really like that I could like kit out my car, do martial arts, go work out and stuff like that, and I can get super speed.
gain weight, lose weight.
Gain weight,
That
lose weight.
was
Yeah,
that
you
was
could do all
awesome.
that in San Andreas. You couldn't do that in 4, but 4 they had amazing physics and whatnot, which they didn't have that in 5. 5 has the ability to change players, which I don't care about, and they're gonna probably put that into 6, which I don't care about. I hope they just bring better physics to the game and just more things that you can do. And I really do want that um, that thing that we were just talking about where you can do martial arts, kit out a car however you want, or gain or lose weight and stuff like that. I think that kind of stuff is pretty essential to like a game like that. So if you're trying to be realistic, I felt like they took a little bit of a step back with 4 in the aspect of your player, but the world was more real.
Yes, it was. Four was more
Yeah.
realistic, no doubt.
Five was just
All
not
right, so
realistic at all. Five was just insanity to me.
five was wild. Anyway, that's that's it for GTA 6. Apparently, still coming out this year. Okay. Stanley Francois says your hair can grow in Red Dead 2. You have to go to
Yep.
the barber shop. I
Hmm.
forgot about that one. Completely forgot about that point. Interesting one. Next, we have a bit of sad news, kind of depressing, but
Let's go.
yeah, Football Manager 25 was cancelled. The dev apologizes for letting fans down. This is from IGN.
Let loads down.
Sega, Sega and Sports Interactive have cancelled Football Manager 25 across all platforms after what has been a difficult development. It's the first time the long-running sports sim series has skipped a year entirely since it began in 2004. UK-based developer Sports Interactive had called FM 25 quote unquote the biggest technical and visual advancement for the series in a generation.
So
That
big
got
it
me
ain't
hard.
coming.
That got me hard. I'm not gonna lie.
So big it
But
ain't coming.
Whoa.
so big it ain't coming in or out. Anyway, but it has struggled moving to the Unity game engine with with the play experience and interface in particular causing problems. The announcement came as part of Sega Sammy Holdings' latest financial results, which include a write-down of costs associated with the game. The decision was made after extensive internal discussion and careful consideration with parent company Sega. Sports Interactive said in a blog post to fans. Sega has confirmed to IGN that no roles are impacted by the news, so no one's lost their jobs. Sports Interactive said that there won't be any Football Manager 24 update with 2024-25 season data, as it would
What?
divert critical, as in like players being like sold or bought, or players that developed and didn't develop, um,
I
as
don't
it
know
would
what
divert.
you just said the last 10 seconds. I'll be real.
No,
Because, okay, they're not going to update the game.
yeah, with new roster with roster information. Okay, I think that's the American speak. Roster
So
information.
no new rosters. They're just going to, you got the old rosters and that's it.
Just keep playing the old game, bro.
That's stupid.
It's fucked up.
That's really dumb. But
And
continue.
the quote says, as it would, quote, divert critical resources away from the development of the next release, which requires our full focus. Close quote. The developer is
Dude.
currently in discussions with the platform holders and licensors on the possibility of extending its FM 24 agreements on subscription services like Game Pass, which is not available in my region specifically on PC. Anyway, Matt, you want to say something? Go ahead.
Just, just literally do a roster update. Like I don't
Stanley,
understand.
oh my
Like they're
god.
they're like it's gonna take away from development resources and money and if we do a roster update, the whole fucking studio is gonna die. Literally hit a button and do a roster update. I don't know how Football Manager works, but on 2K,
Yeah.
like if I mean, let's say they decided to skip 2K26 for some reason. What you could do is go on 2K25.
Okay.
Users already have 2K26 rosters out, whether that game exists or not. You can just download them, and they are there. But the, I don't know. Can you do that on Football Manager? Can you download custom rosters from people? Is that a thing?
Yeah, you
So
can, but you
literally,
run the
just hit
risk
a
of
fucking
breaking the
button.
game. But you run the risk of breaking the game because stuff like mods and whatever. And that's actually one of the places that I learned.
I,
That's one of the places that I learned to avoid mods from back
but
in
I'm
the
not even
day.
talking. I'm not even talking about mods. I'm just talking like a custom roster. Like if I wanted to get, I don't know how it works in soccer. Say soccer specifically. I don't know how
It's
it
fair.
works, but let's say a team makes a trade, big trade. It's big news. Can a player from the community go in, create a roster with that trade updated for both teams right then and there?
Okay, so first
Let
off,
me
in
take it even
football,
further, actually, real quick, Loke. If a trade
okay,
happens during the season, does the
yeah,
game update? Does the game update
Yeah.
that person that moved to a different team?
okay. So first off, in football, there's no trades.
Oh, okay.
Players are bought and sold.
Oh, damn, slavery.
Oh
Jesus,
my
that
god.
sounds. That sounds. I was about to say that
Wow.
sounds really dark. Honestly,
Wow.
that
Bought
sounds
and
terrible.
sold. Bought and sold. Wow.
What year is it?
Golly,
Is it
Lo.
1700s? What is it?
Lo,
That's
for
how they
real?
do things overseas.
My God. Yeah, call it football. That's not soccer. That's not happening in America. I'll tell you that. I don't like that.
Yeah, yeah. Whatever, dog. Well, we don't have any hiccups on stuff like that. But yeah, in football, people buy. Sorry, clubs buy and sell players. Trades can happen, but rarely do because
So they
salaries are
can.
Do they
so.
brand them as well?
Do they brand them as well? Oh
Cozy,
my
what's wrong with
God.
you?
Jesus Christ.
What is
All
wrong
right.
with you?
All right. All right. No, 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 no. But you just said you said one key thing that I want to kind of extrapolate on a little bit. You said it
Yeah.
rarely happens. I got to ask you, in the last year, was there zero trades?
No, there's hundreds and thousands of trades, right?
So
Trades.
Okay, did the game update with those trades when it happened within the
No,
season?
no. And now let me explain why this specific piece of information happened. After I explained to Fuzzy their misunderstanding of scope and what's happening right now in Football Manager. Fuzzy, the game was always scoped correctly, and that's why it always came out well and sold well. The problem that we just read this in the article right now is that they're making a generational leap, and they're trying to reach for Valhalla essentially.
Okay.
And the first time they do it since the year 2004, delay, delay, cancellation. So you might have thought this one was clever. You actually just leaned into exactly what I've been talking about scope. If they had stuck to the to the to the scope that they always had
mhm.
of incrementally increasing the quality of the game, we'd be playing it right now.
No, you'd be playing it. But
So thank you for making my point for me. Thank you.
who, me?
No, I'm talking to Fuzzy. Your
Oh,
question, your question specifically, Ham. Um, Another quirk of like football is that you cannot trade, right? Trade players at any time in the season.
oh, okay. That's
You
that was the
only
question. Yeah.
you get a set window. So you get two windows. The first one, and this is for the European League, which is the most popular, right, on the planet. It's uh, July and August. July and August. You get those 2 months to buy players, and then in January you get another month, and that's it. So they're giving us this update because January just ended, and the transfer window—that's what they call it—the transfer window just shut. So in previous Football Manager releases, after the transfer window in January shut, you'd
The
get an
new game.
update.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. That now that makes sense. Now that I have a little bit of clarity on it and whatnot.
Yeah.
But I still
How's
don't
the
un-
poll going?
I still don't see why they can't just update the roster since they're the ones that fucked up.
Same. That's what I'm
True.
saying.
That's
Like,
fair. That's fair.
just
I mean,
update the roster.
honestly,
It's not
even if
gonna.
you want to put it behind a paywall and just say, "Hey, $10, $15 will update your roster, just so you can
Yeah.
keep playing as a sorry from us for not having our shit taken care of in time. I think that would be the right thing to do.
Yeah.
Both sides
Dude,
win.
100%. 100%. And that'd be a really good way to handle it too, especially considering, I mean, if they're worried about resources and time and money and all that stuff, charge a small fee. Update the rosters for the players who are there who really want to play it, because apparently
Definitely up
there's
that
enough
fee.
people. So just, I don't know, just do a
Cozy,
small update.
I'm guessing this one's to your point. G maybe said indentured sockitude.
That's funny. That's funny. That's funny.
You guys didn't know this, but I'm gonna give you guys a little bit of soccer history.
Oh
There's
no.
something called the Bossman ruling. Before, I think it was 1994 when it happened. Before 1994, you could not just leave your employer. So kinda indentured sockitude. This guy sued the club that he was at. Obviously, I'm skipping over a whole lot of other stuff, but he sued the club that he was at. His name was Bossman. That was his surname, and it became known as the Bossman ruling because after he won, now players could leave their clubs when they wanted to, or at the end of their contracts. Before that, it was like end of your contract. You can only leave if the club wants you to leave. If the club doesn't want you to leave, it just gets renewed automatically or something like that. So yeah, indentured servitude. Anyways, I'm only doing this as a courtesy to all of you guys, but I know you're gonna make some shitty jokes and we'll keep going. Ham, are you interested? Are you heartbroken about Football Manager? But and are you gonna buy Football Manager 26?
I'm heartbroken because you're already having a tough time over there, bud. And this doesn't make your time any better. So
No,
take it how
no,
you
it
want.
doesn't.
But I feel a little sorry for bro.
Yeah, yeah, it's not great. But at least we're getting Delta. That's something. I appreciate your condolences, Ham. I do.
You
Fuzzy
must
says an
call it
NBA
only
player.
Delta. Don't say the rest of the name.
No, I won't say it. I won't say the rest of it. Also, I guess it doesn't make a difference because I'm looking at the poll right now. You guys suck. You guys will vote on the poll, right? No, Ham, listen, you guys will vote on the poll. No one is smashing the like button. That sucks.
That's
You
nuts.
guys you guys hate me more than you like TSWS. What the hell? Apparently I'm going to finish Dustborn. That's going to happen. It's a thing.
I could have
Anyways.
told you that.
That is funny. I didn't even notice that. Y'all stink sometimes.
Yep.
Jeez.
Yep.
How y'all gonna
And
hit that? How y'all gonna hit that yes, but can't even hit the like button? They're
it's
just
cruel.
like in passing, just like yes, continue to be miserable. Goodbye.
Yep. 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 Fuzzy says a modern NBA player was calling the NBA modern slavery the other day because they can get traded. Dude is in the top 1% of earners in the richest country in the world, lol.
He can always
I
just
think
quit.
I think that's proof. A good point, but I think that's proof of like you can't satisfy people because there's a lot of people that look at football and they think exactly what Cozy brought up: slavery, buying people, selling people. What?
We're just joking though.
Yeah, that was a
But
joke.
and then
Yeah.
there's people, that unironically benefit from a system that's different, which is trading, and they'll still find a way to be like mad about it. You can't please anyone. I think I speak for everyone here when I say that it's not modern slavery playing in NBA. Yes.
Yeah, and if an NBA players start complaining about being traded and what you call it, we could start putting collars on them before they do the trades.
Oh my god. Anyways,
Oh shit.
jeez Louise. All right.
Like,
So no, I was gonna say I was gonna say that with the NBA and the whole trading thing that people are kind of complaining about. I guess I think it's just kind of weird, right? Like, all right, if it's that bad, then you guys go on strike. Then if it's that bad, go on strike. But nobody wants to lose their money, so they're not gonna go on strike.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, if y'all really felt terrible, just stop.
They get to keep their money too.
I mean, I mean, keep in mind,
Yes,
y'all
you
can
can
stop
keep your
right
money.
now and be richer than most people in the world for the
Will
rest of your
ever
life.
be in their whole life.
Exactly. So, is it really that bad, or are you just having a problem shutting the fuck up?
I think the
And
only oh, what's up?
sorry, go ahead, man.
No, I was gonna say I think the only people that would be a problem for in the NBA, like this whole situation would be a problem for in the NBA, is like people on like minimum contracts who are like getting dumped and traded somewhere else. But like most people, especially today, most people in the NBA, like a little bit of basketball stuff. Like the Cavs just traded George Niang, who's
Okay.
who's a solid backup player, but he makes like 20, like almost 20 million a year.
Oh my god.
Like, dude, if
Solid
you
backup.
if you get traded and you're making 20, like if you get traded from like Cleveland to he goes to Atlanta and you're making 20 million a year for like the next 2 or 3 years, buy a fucking house in Atlanta. Get comfortable. Get comfortable. You'll be fine. Yeah, oh, my
Matt,
surroundings are a little bit different. It sucks. I gotta move. Sure, whatever. That's human. But dude, you got the money to make it as
You can live
comfortable
in
as
the
it can possibly
nicest
be.
neighborhood in Atlanta for that
Exactly.
price.
You got
bro.
enough
And
money to
still,
make
yeah,
that
yeah, and still
comfortable.
come out positive, mad
A
positive.
100%. 100%. You're doing fine. It's
If
not
you,
unless you're making 800,000 or whatever the minimum is,
which
which I
no
think the
one
minimum,
Eight
makes,
hundred thousand?
which I'll tell you,
that's not the
I think the
minimum.
minimum now is
That's
like
not the
2
minimum.
million.
But
I
even
think
at
it's 2
eight
million
hundred
now.
I was going
thousand,
to say it
you
was
can
two. It's
still.
2.5, Matt. The
2.5.
minimum
Okay.
is 2.5 million. Sorry, Cozy, go ahead.
Exactly. So
But
still a lot of money.
I'm just saying, even with 800,000, you could still like be living large.
Yeah,
Cozy,
I mean shit.
if you're paying me 2 million, if you're paying me 2.5 million a year, you can trade me every fucking year,
But we get to
and
put the
I'll
collar
fly.
on you.
Oh god. All right. Anyways, uh, Cozy, are you interested in Football Manager?
No.
Are you devastated in this news? Do you have any takeaways from this news?
It's a boring looking game for boring people who like boring things and wear hats to their side like they are like working as a bouncer at a speakeasy.
Sure, sure, cause
You
sure.
walked right the fuck into that one, buddy.
Dude, I'm doing it because I'm contractually obligated. All right, I don't want to get called into HR and be like, did you purposefully not ask the woman on the panel what she thought about the sports game? I'm not about to do that.
Looks
Um,
just like an old radio host.
Eastside Vandal has had enough of Cozy. He's been repeatedly saying, "Turn off her mic," for like the last hour. That's like the third time I've seen him say, "Turn off her mic." I think Eastside Vandal is slowly becoming one of my favorite people to come to this show because he's the only one. He's the only one that's properly bucking back on Cozy. He's the only one that's not kissing her ass. Eastside said, "Shut the fuck up, Cozy." I love it. Keep saying it.
Eastside, be gentle, because then we're gonna have to cancel you. We might have to cancel you if you keep doing it.
Nah,
Matt,
I'm gonna approve him. He's got 3 more seasons.
approve it.
He's approved for the next
Matt,
3 seasons.
let's go. The ratings are super high for Eastside Vandal. Matt, Football Manager 25. Are you
I
disappointed?
I don't
And
care.
what are your takeaways
I
of
Bro,
the
don't
this is
past?
like
care.
a fever dream.
I don't care, and I can't even really pretend to care. To be real, I tell you what. Do I care that it got canceled? No. Uh, am I gonna buy 26? Fuck no. Next.
Fuck no. Jeez.
Eh,
But
Okay.
Matt, what happens if they cancel it for good?
Then
For
I
good.
then
What
I
do you mean for
guess
good?
then I guess Luke's never playing one again. I don't know.
Maybe they'll come out with a real football manager.
What do you mean
America.
for good? What do you mean for good? Like forever?
Wow, don't.
That's
Yeah.
not gonna
You're
happen.
gonna
That's
crush
not
this
gonna
man's
happen.
soul. Look at him. He can't handle the thought of
Listen.
it being gone
Right.
forever. He's like, no,
But
not my football manager.
no. 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 That's not happening. That's not
Wasn't
you guys are
wasn't
terrible at
there
this.
hold on guys, wasn't there a time, wasn't there like a post game conference where Lamar Jackson looked exactly like Luke right now? Doesn't he like wear crazy hats? Am I thinking of the
All
wrong
right.
person?
All right.
I can't remember. I swear
Not
he wore a
Lamar.
hat just like that. Who is
Not
it then?
Cam Newton.
Cam Newton.
It
It's
is
Cam
Scam
Newton.
Newton.
Cam Newton.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's hilarious because dude, I saw the way you were moving around your hat and everything. I was like, that reminds me of a football player, and I can't remember the name. I'm glad I got that out. All right, I'm good.
All
You look
right.
like Cam
All
Newton.
right. And on that positive note, talking about one of the best games of all time. Sorry, one of the best franchises of all time. Uh, being cancelled. We've come to the end of today's show, sadly. Thank you to everyone for coming through. Eastside Vandal, thank you for backing me up in trying to shut down Cozy's madness. Everyone else, thank you so much for for,
He was
for
terrified. Not
yeah.
my football manager.
Stop it, Cozy. Thank you guys for smashing the like button, for coming in the comment section. We really enjoyed the back and forth. It was awesome. And we do this every single Friday. It's called bullsitting. Today we're missing one of our members, but we still had a good time. Yeah, let's do the outros. Cozy, please plug your stuff. Tell people where they can find you,
Uh,
etc., etc.
right now, for the foreseeable future, you can find me here on bull sitting on Fridays, and then after this, you can find me getting wasted with Wise. Same day,
Hey,
but after this.
all right. Cozy, I need to talk to you about the comic book. I have some ideas.
Okay.
Matt, please plug your channel. Tell people they can find you and what you're up to.
So channel is Matt Likes Games on YouTube. Videos every week, podcasts every week. Mondays at 8 p.m. Eastern is the L3R3 podcast. Myself, Hard Days Mike, and it's me, Tuan. Wednesdays at 8 p.m. Eastern is the Two Player Podcast, myself and Am Solo. And then Fridays at 4 p.m. Eastern, I'm here on this channel with these folks doing what we do. That's where you can find me.
Good times, good times. Ham, plug, plug, plug.
Oh man, Kanye West lost his mind. He's
Yes,
Just
yes,
now?
we can. Yes, Cozy, that's nice.
I'm about to
Nice.
say, it's been lost as well.
well, sure, but today he took another step.
Oh, nice.
It was
Into
pretty,
oblivion.
or
That's good to
yesterday,
hear.
last night actually, he took another step. That is nuts. But anyways, I just read what he just said. Oh my god, that's crazy.
Kind
But
of
Yeah.
anyways,
interested now.
you can check me out Monday through Friday. I do a show in the morning, 9:30 a.m. Eastern time. You can check me out. That'll be the next time I show up on the channel. So come check
Let's
me out.
go.
What's that?
I'm saying let's go.
Oh yeah. Let's see. Monday's show. I'm thinking about stream like just playing games Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays because I always end up talking about the same shit twice. You know what
Okay.
I'm saying?
Okay.
Because Monday's show is kind of a give or take because I may or may not be able to show up. For the most part, I'm able to show up. Last Monday, I just wasn't sure if you were this Monday. I wasn't sure if you were going to be there, so I didn't show up.
Yeah.
Um, but for sure Wednesdays and Fridays I need to just start doing game streaming for that because we talk about a lot of the same stuff and I don't like repeating it over and over and over, and I'm not sure if people like hearing it repeatedly. So um, I might
That's fair enough.
switch that up, but for the most part it's going to be pretty much the same format Monday through Friday.
Or I can source for you, and then you can not have to repeat, but also keep the same format. What do you think?
mm, Probably not,
No.
because if it's big enough news we're going to talk about it, right? And I don't want to like when when GTA comes out or something to talk about GTA, I don't want to be like, oh, I talked about it on my show already. I don't want to talk about it now. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
I'd rather
Okay.
save the big news for when we're both kicking it, so we can really get into it. And for
That's
some
but
days,
that's what I meant by sourcing, Ham. That's what I meant by sourcing.
sure,
When
but
I
I don't
said
want to
I'll
do that
source
every
for you,
episode. I have to hit you up before I go live.
you,
Nah,
you ain't gotta hit me up. You ain't gotta hit me up. I'll
what, you
hit
get
you
to
up
watch
the day
the show?
before. I'll hit you up. I'll hit you up the day before. Promise.
Yeah, I don't know, man.
Let's try and then
That's
see
not
how
like
it
my
works.
idea.
All right. Okay. Never mind. Never mind then. Never mind. G maybe says I'm sounding depressed because the show is ending. G maybe this is one of those things that I hope we can maintain on TSWS even after we become millionaires because you guys keep sending us super chats. We actually like this. Like we enjoy this. Me, Ham, Cozy, Matt, our cheekbones are actually like our cheeks, sorry, are actually sore from
But
smiling
what? Oh,
and
okay.
having fun
Why'd you
and
go from
laughing.
cheekbones to cheeks?
No one here is faking it. We love hanging out and talking about video games legit. Like
I leg-
it could be two people in the chat and we could do this two for like 3-4 hours, no problem.
my schedule was completely adjusted around this me being available to be here on Fridays. And for years since I've been on this show, that's been a thing. Or no matter what I am doing, where I work, I tell them this is what time I need.
Yeah.
Yeah, you guys
Yeah.
want more
So
people here? Share this thing out, hit the like button and stuff like that. But other than that, I mean, we don't mind the crowd that we attract.
yep. Yep. So yes, G maybe. I actually am sad every time we have to log off TSWS. I wish we could live here. All right. Anyways, last point. Darius, it's messed up that you said that because my last point is about Dustborn, but I don't care. I'm gonna lean all the way into it. All right. Okay. Last point. Dustborn is not a terrible game. It is horribly written. The acting is detestable. But as a game on its own, it's actually not bad. So please make sure if that doesn't matter to you. If story doesn't, I can't believe I'm about to recommend Dustborn. But
Oh
if the
my god.
story does not matter to you, if the narrative does not matter to you, if all you care is about gameplay, Dustborn does have commendable parts to it, decent parts that are worth delving into. So when it's on sale for like $3, it's worth buying it, in my opinion. If you don't care about the story, the narrative, and the acting, if that doesn't matter at all, and you just like maybe bashing stuff around, throwing a couple of cool super Supers, yes, there's a couple of supers that are actually enjoyable and cathartic. The one with the baseball bat is actually it's pretty fun. It's pretty fun. There's a rhythm game in there. It it's not horrible as a game, right? Story is terrible, writing's terrible, acting's terrible, but just if you want to cut out just the game, it's worth your time. So yeah, that's what I've
So
learned.
what you're saying is
4 out of 10.
football manager goodbye, Dustborn 2, here we come.
Oh my God. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for watching. We'll see you on Monday on Everything Plus Gaming. Goodbye. This is not the closing scene. I
Uh-oh.
thought we were the outro. I clicked on the thing. It wasn't the outro. All right, guys, y'all.